Hey, yo, welcome into the CHGO White Sox pregame show presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into the CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
You can follow him on Twitter at ActorWall23. He's the CHGO White Sox community leader. We are previewing the White Sox versus Red Sox matchup. The White Sox got I would say, surprising victory yesterday, 3-1 over the Red Sox to improve to 21-20 on the season. Jake Burger with a heroic 5th inning home run. Herb, we have Dallas Keuchel versus Michael Wacha on the bump today. How you feeling?
Not good. Not good about the White Sox chances today. Dallas Keuchel is having a off year. He's not good this year. He's pitched well versus the Yankees 2 times before, but the last time he faced the Yankees wasn't good. Today, Boston, a team that he has a 7 ERA against in his career. So, of course, me not feeling good with Michael Wacha with a sub-2 ERA, I'm looking at this game as a automatic loss. Watch Dallas Keuchel go out and shove.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling good because Dallas Keuchel's on the bump. I'm not feeling good because our producer, Stephen Nicholas, told me earlier today that his beer of choice is Natter Days by Natural Ice.
And I stand by
that.
Yes, I've had it before. I like a fruited beer. Delicious Leinenkugel Summer Shandy with some delicious lemonade. Natter Days is just strawberries and what, lemon?
Lemonade.
Oh.
Strawberry lemonade beer.
It's the perfect summer drink. It's a little sweet for my liking because, the diabetes, got type 2 diabetes, so I can't have too many of those some bitches, but they taste delicious. I'm sure all of our audience loves Natter Days. If they stop fronting and say, oh, I love double RPA with a stout head to it. No, you guys like deliciousness.
And anyone that says they don't like Natter Days hasn't had one yet.
Mm-hmm. Steven has scouted the local bars to see which ones have Natter.
I used to say that all the time. Chris Ranji, who, congratulations, just got a job in St. Louis, used to tell me, he's like, man, these Natter Days are the stuff. I was like, man, I'm a grown man. I tried one at a 4th of July parade or party a couple of years ago. I had to text Ranji. He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. This is the shit. I'm telling you, you don't put one down your throat, you're like, man, I see what you guys are talking about.
And Herb, you took the words out of my mouth from earlier. What did I say? I said something about a hot summer day, sun's out, a Natter Day in hand. It's a whole summer vibe. Well, and you just said pretty much the same thing.
And Brandon Stokes agrees with you. Pineapple Natter Days are da bomb. And Fred says, the seasons have changed when you see summer shandies in the grocery store. The season has changed when you start seeing pumpkin on Starbucks menus. It's the times of the season. This isn't why you called, though. You didn't come to get our Natter Day takes or our summer shandy takes. You're here to come to talk about the Chicago White Sox. We have some quotes here from Yoan Moncada, not from Yoan Moncada, but from Tony La Russa about Yoan Moncada. Yoan Moncada is going to have the day off today, so he'll get the day off today. They have a day off tomorrow as a team on Friday, and then likely on Natter Day, he will be playing against the Cubs. But Tony on Yoan's, he said, I know the work he's doing with Frank. It's the right work, and it's going to translate into success. They are working on a right approach. They see things that are more him, so I'm enthusiastic about him having a big finish to the second half of the season or to the start of next month. Just hit the ball on the barrel and get hits. Don't get too technical. They've identified a couple things. You just don't turn on a switch and you get it fixed. You recognize and you work on it, and pretty soon you own it. That's from Vinny Duber, who's at Guaranteed Rate Field right now. That seems pretty just, like coach speak. I don't know about you, but it does feel very much like, you just got to get in and get after it.
Hit the ball. Put the ball on the barrel. Simple stuff, but that stuff might work out. It looks like Yoan's in his own head. He's swinging at pitches that he would never swing at in the past. So probably pressing because he came back from an injury. This his offense is struggling, and he's in positions where he's thinking like, okay, I'm the number 2 hitter or I'm the number 4 hitter. I need to do this for XYZ. He's just really pressing. And maybe a day off, as I suggested last night, will do him well, where he just sees the game from the bench, and he knows he's not going to play today. He could see what pitchers are doing to his teammates. He could see how this game gets slowed down when you're not actually playing out there. and then have a day to just regain his own sanity on Friday, where it's just, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do. Play with my kid, go to a museum, get drunk, whatever you need to do. And then come back on Saturday and Sunday so you're ready for the Cubs series. And he probably won't break out tomorrow. And guess what? Friday is his birthday.
There you go.
Along with White Sox legend Frank Thomas, and also Houston Astros legend Jeff Bagwell is born on the same day as Frank Thomas. So he'll have a great time. I hope tonight hits the clubs, gets drunk, enjoys his day, wakes up, breakfast in bed with a big-ass meal, and then later on Friday night has another party. Gets out of baseball, forgets about the game, forgets about his troubles, forgets about the White Sox, and comes back on Saturday. He's ready to play.
Yeah, and your guy Matthew Cortese saying, I wish he was working with Frank Thomas, the guy he shares the same birthday with. I think it's interesting, though, Tony mentioning, him needing to get more barrels. Yoan, again, started off the season red hot, so I don't know if this is just a small sample size. Maybe it's just a little bit of a rut here. It is so weird, though, because he started off so well. He has 4 barrels this year, and people remembered how much he struggled in 2020. He had 8 barrels that year. At 130 batted balls, he had 8 barrels. It's a barrel percentage of 6.2%. This year, in 40 batted balls, he has 4 barrels. That's a barrel percentage of 10%. That is the second highest in his career. So it is very early. I do want to say that with Mancada, but also these numbers are concerning because he's at a career low at about everything else. His walk rate is at a career low, 3.2%. His K rate is at nearly a career high. It's the highest it's been since 2020. His hard hit percentage is at a career low. His opposite field hit percentage is at a career low at 20%. His ground ball rate is at a career low at 51.3%. His outside of the zone swing is at a career high, 34.9%. His zone swing is at a career high of 70.9%. So his swing percent just in general is at a career high of 51.1%. And his swinging strike percent, the balls that you swing and miss at, are at 18%, which is a career high. So a lot of career highs in the wrong places and a lot of career lows in the wrong places, Herb.
Yeah, swinging outside the zone is not Yoan Moncada's game. You saw the career low in bases on balls. He needs to draw more walks. That is more Yoan Moncada's game, where he's seeing the pitches a little bit deeper. And you said he is opposite field. He can do it with the best of them. Like Timmy, see the ball deep and an inside pitch that's a slider. He can serve that ball over the third baseman or shortstop's head usually. You could tell that's why he's not doing the things that he usually does, because he's not doing the same game that he was last year or the year before. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is needed, like a day or two off, where people address it. They don't say it's a short season and we're going to get him next time. They realize that, okay, this guy is actually struggling. He's hard struggling. And if we don't do something proactive, we can lose him for the whole season. And that's not what we want to do. I think 19 or 18, where he had the 231 strikeouts, they just allowed him to do his thing, and it turned out to be a horrible season. Then he came back in 19 to have one of those top 10 MVP seasons. I think James Fegan right there, who is from The Athletic, gave him a top 10 vote, which he deserved. And yes, while he's not playing like a top 5 third baseman right now, I believe at his peak, which we've seen multiple times in his career, he is a top 5 third baseman. Right now, he's not, especially with the bat.
Yeah, 1 for his last 19, so it hasn't been great for him. And it really has been a struggle since he had his home run off Loizaca in that New York series. He went 2 for 5 in that game with a home run. But again, from May 16th to May 25th, he struggled. We've seen some struggles from Luis Robert that have lasted a long time. Hopefully it's just something that patience, it comes around for him. As long as patience starts showing, hopefully Yoan Moncada will start showing his normal self. We'll also go, and I saw some people mentioning Frankie Menachino. Rex Smith had a great quote here. I've spent 3 years reading James Fegan's interviews with Frank Menachino. I'm done. I'll pass. But I know JJ mentioned and there's some stuff from Frank Minikino's article that there's some great insights on the team struggle. This is from the article James Fegan published today with Frank Minikino, and this is a great Frank Minikino quote. "It gets frustrating for them probably more than it does for me," said Minikino, who is hardly the picture of contentment. "The guys are receptive. I don't have any guys that are just assholes who are like, fuck that. I don't have that. The thing that makes it hard is when you start off hitting 150 and you've got 60 at-bats, they're fighting to get those numbers up. That was the biggest thing I've seen this year is guys starting off slow, and now they're trying to get back. I'm trying to get a hit every at-bat to get my average up. I'm trying to get the situation done every time. I've got a perfect storm because I don't remember ever being in a situation like this as a hitting coach, to be honest with you, getting guys to calm down and stay focused. It's a day-to-day thing for me." So it really does just seem from that quote there, Herb, that, you know, you could sum it up in one simple way. There's no turds on the team, like Matt Nagy wanted to say, and that guys are pressing.
Yes. And it's incumbent on him and the assistant hitting coach to tell them, hey, man, your average is 150. Who cares? From now on, from each at bat, take it as such. Don't worry about the totality of your game, because last year, Yasmani Grandal was in the 100s, and then eventually he got up because he just didn't give a damn. He started walking. He started hitting the ball over the fence. Pressing, I understand it's a natural human thing, but for these Major League Baseball players, they got to realize, like, yeah, 60 games in and my batting average is $150. Let's start a new season. Let's start from here on out. Today, that first at bat is the first at bat of the season, as Nicholas Castellanos used to say. Every day is opening day. Let's start today on building back up. And then at the end of the year, your back of your baseball card will be a little bit more resembling of what you usually do, instead of you trying to go and get hits every time you're going up there. Just focus on the at-bat that you currently have and the pitcher that's throwing the ball to you.
Yeah, and that's one thing. I mean, we've kind of talked about these like flush it games, and it just feels like, you know, the White Sox need a day where they just come out. They have all the struggles of the past, 43 games or whatever. They put it behind them, and they just go out and attack. And it just feels like they haven't had that game just yet. And we've talked about like the levels of fun that this team, has been having. It just feels like they're not having as much fun as they've had in past years. It does feel like there's a tremendous weight on their shoulders at this point, and it does feel like they haven't really been able to let any of that go.
There's really nothing they can do about it. Like, those games have been played. They're in the books. Forget about them. From here on out, you say it's a long season. How about starting a new season for yourself? We're 22 and 21 right now?
Mm-hmm. 22 and 21. Yeah.
Start 0-0. Forget about the season, because you're still in it with the Minnesota Twins, the weird ass Minnesota Twins. Start from here and go on. Thinking about the past is for losers and cowards, as Mike Ditka once said. Go forward as a champion, understanding that none of that stuff matters now. All that matters is here on out, and I guarantee your numbers will look a little bit better at the end of the year. And these guys don't have to worry about that. None of these guys are free agents at the end of the year.
Right.
Like, pressing to get numbers and get money at the end of the year, I can understand that. But Yoan's got a secure contract.
Yeah, the only guy that has that is Dallas Keuchel, and he's on the bump today. But yeah, right. I mean, Yoan Moncada, he's really started all of his struggles once he signed his extension. That was March 6th, 2020, and that's when all of his struggles really have started. Melissa saying they need patience at the plate. I feel like that would solve a lot of woes. Our guy Brennan saying we'd be able to stop pressing if we could just blow out a team. Hasn't happened yet. There hasn't been really one of those. No one wants to make the last out innings, and that feels true. It just feels like they haven't been able to string together a lot of innings as well. I mean, you could see the Red Sox having guys on base yesterday, and throughout the first 4 innings, they had guys on first and second. The entire first 4 innings, where with the White Sox, it's like you have one big inning, and hopefully that's enough to win the game for you. That was enough, last inning with Jake Berger in the 5th.
And I'm sure that Red Sox fans weren't happy that they scored 1 run, but they're probably really happy that they had at least 2 guys on base each of the first 4 innings. That is how you build, and usually you score runs by having guys on base and having tough at-bats. As you as a White Sox fan out there, we're watching every single at-bat, you're like, man, these guys battle. These guys take you deep. These guys do not have easy at-bats. I'm talking about the Red Sox. That's what I want other teams to think about the White Sox. Not, man, my guy just threw 1 pitch. got somebody out. Another pitch, got another guy out. Then the third guy took one pitch because he didn't want to be retired on 3 pitches in the inning, and then he popped up the ball again. So it's never a tough inning for opposing pitchers. It used to be. These guys can still put that together. I know you don't have Eloy or Luis Robert. It doesn't matter. You still have people out there who can do damage. Only people are doing damage right now are Timmy, a little bit of Andrew Vaughn, and Jose Abreu last 7 games.
Yeah, and I see somebody, Fred saying the team was 4th in walks last year. I don't know what changed. The big thing right here is, Yasmani Grandal is one of them. Through his first 38 games in 2021, he had 42 walks. This year, through 38 games, he has 18 walks. There's like 30 walks right there. That's part of the issue is Mancada and Grandal. Those two guys walk a ton. They need to be doing more of the walking for those numbers to look a little bit better. And I know that people are frustrated that the breakout hasn't come just yet, but Jose Abreu, and I know that Eric Fenton just said he's a free agent after this year. That's going to be the guy that turns all this around, and he's been red hot in the past 9 games, so hopefully that's a good sign for the offense. And there's a couple more comments up there. Dallas Keuchel, I saw that. He's on the bump, so it's a lost series. We did see last time Dallas Keuchel versus the Boston Red Sox, they won 3-2, so I'm not sure. Connor Smith saying, long live the Golden Rake man, Mr. Golden Rake, our guy, the sod father. And then there's one other one all the way up at the top that I completely missed, and we're going to go to David G. He started up a little bit at the top. I want to get to it. He said, hey, guys, just want to make a quick comment before the game. The White Sox pitchers have to stop relaxing when they get 2 men out. They need to concentrate and focus with more than 2 outs. They have to stop going 3-0 after getting 2 quick outs and then walking a guy or giving up the hit because their location was off or they were concentrating. This is a trend that has to stop. You just went right past him. My bad. There's two more. He's right there, and he said, "And ladies and gentlemen, as we know, that's how you pitch counts go up. Unnecessarily need someone to get 1, 2, 3 innings. So and we've seen that with Michael Kopech early on this year, 25 pitches in his first inning. We've seen that a couple times with Lucas Giolito, and that's been an issue with Dallas Keuchel as well. Just the nibbling as we've seen it. Joe Kelly was nibbling a little bit. Dallas Keuchel has nibbled. That's going to be a big thing that if they nibble today, especially giving this Red Sox team hitters counts, they'll get absolutely destroyed today.
Yeah, and he's right, 100% right, because I remember a couple games, I don't even know if the Cleveland game is one of them, where they had 2 outs, and it was time to shut it down and go to the next half inning, and Cleveland scored a bunch of runs. Same thing with the Royals. So they need to focus and concentrate and understand the game is not over. The inning is not over until that 3rd out is made. Yeah, maybe they're probably relaxed, like, oh, man, got through those tough guys. And then they walk some easier guy. Like in this line, it'll be like Vasquez. And then you go right back up to the top, and JBJ does something at the bottom. And then you go right back up to that top where it's a murderer's row. So, yes, it's good to get 2 outs. Even better to get 3.
And Jason J. Saying this now, I guess I should have said this before. In the first 15 minutes, Joe Kelly out. He's on the 15-day IL. So our guy, Agent Tanner Banks, is back up from Charlotte. Let's preview this matchup. We'll look at the starting lineups for both teams. Again, the 20 and 23 Red Sox taking on the 2022 and 22 and 20.
Yeah, you got it.
The 2022.
The 2020.
I want to say 2022.
Yeah, I know. You
22 and 21 Chicago White Sox. That's weird. Leading off for the Sox, Tim Anderson playing shortstop. Andrew Vaughn playing right field and batting second. A.J. Pollock batting third and playing left field. Jose Abreu batting fourth and playing first base. Yasmani Grandal batting fifth and catching sixth. Gavin Sheets doing the DHing and batting sixth. Seventh, Jake Berger playing third base. Eighth, Leury Garcia playing second base and batting ninth. Adam Engel playing center field. For the Red Sox, you have leading off Enrique Hernandez playing center field. At second, Rafael Devers playing third base. Third, J.D. Martinez doing the DHing. Fourth, Xander Bogaerts playing shortstop. Fifth, Trevor Story playing second base, batting sixth. Alex Verdugo playing left field. Seventh, Christian Vasquez doing the catching duties, batting eighth. Bobby Dahlbeck playing first base. And ninth, Christian Arroyo in right field.
Bobby Dahlbeck just sounds like a Red Sox.
Right?
He just sounds like he was born to be a Red Sox. Bobby Dahlbeck. Yeah, our guy Bobby Dahlbeck. I don't know why Boston fans have a Chicago accent, but whatever. To first 5, real rough. I don't want to go through that. I mean, Enrique Hernandez, not that great, but, we see what he does to fastballs. We see where he turns around and seesaw that. So did Lucas Giolito. Maybe the slow tossing Dallas Keuchel can catch these guys by surprise with all the fast they saw lately, and his changeups and his slider and his inducing sinkers get the Boston Red Sox off of what they've been doing versus the White Sox. And I know they only scored 1 run, but like I said, it's a tough day when the Boston Red Sox, that lineup especially, is going against you. I'm not excited about going against those guys with Dallas Keuchel. Now, Michael Wacha, he's been having a great year. He's increased his changeup this year and decreased his four-seam fastball use. 5 pitches he uses, and all of them over 10%. That's trouble for the White Sox. The White Sox are a team that loves to chase, and this guy doesn't strike out a bunch, but he strikes out enough, and the White Sox are in trouble because this guy induces soft contact like no other two.
Yeah, you're sounding real excited about this one, huh?
It's just real tough. It's the opposite matchup where the Red Sox have all the strength and looks like 100% on the Red Sox side. But we've seen this before where we're all down on Dallas Keuchel. We're thinking that this is his last game. He's going to get DFA'd after this start. And then Dallas Keuchel goes out and gives you 5 innings of no hit and no run ball. And then he wants to pitch the 6. He's like, oh, fuck off. I want to pitch the 6. I earned it.
Well, let's look at the lines for Keuchel and Wacha coming into this one. Starting off, Keuchel this year, 30 innings pitched, a ERA of 6.60, 42 hits allowed, 16 Ks to 20 walks, and an ERA plus of 57.
Is that good, Sean?
ERA, thank you for asking. ERA plus, the average is 100. So that means he's about, 43% worse than an average major league starting pitcher. Michael Wacha, 30 and 2 innings pitched, a 1.76 ERA, 17 hits allowed, 22 Ks, and 14 walks allowed, and an ERA plus of 2.32. Wacha has been really good for the Boston Red Sox, and part of that reason, from 2019 to 2021, he was 3rd in the major leagues in first pitch home runs. Something that he did was obviously up his changeup usage, but in the first pitch, what he's done is changed his usage of those pitches as well. So in 2021, he was using the four-seam fastball 43% of the time. He's lowered that down to 35% of the time. His cutter, he was using 32% of the time. He's lowered that to 14% of the time. He's upped his curveball from 13.3% to 25.8% on the first pitch, and on his changeup, he's upped that from 8.5% to 15%. So he's upped his off-speed pitches in his 0-0 counts and lowered his fastball usage, and that's something I've talked about with the White Sox, with Dylan Cease, with Lucas Giolito. That's one of the keys to throwing off hitters is to just start off with a breaking ball. Guys are looking fastball, and when they start seeing something break, it's a free strike, really.
Yeah, and no one's sitting dead red curveball on the first pitch,
right?
Unless that's what you throw all the time. But you saw he was 40% on four-seam fastballs and then 30% on cutters. So not the same pitch, but the velocity is similar. Where if you're looking for a four-seam fastball, you can adjust and hit a cutter just a little bit earlier than that. He cut that cutter down in half, and then cut down some of the four-seam fastball. That gets people off track. That gets people thinking okay, 0-0 count, the man's throwing a curveball? Confidence, man. I don't know what he's going to throw next. He might double up and throw me another curveball. To have that thought process in your mind as a hitter is dangerous because you're thinking fuck, this guy is really tough to go. And Pine Tar Keyboard, 18% Ks, 11% walks for Wacha. Expected ERA of 3.70 due to him getting bombed. I
think he's saying he's due to get bombed.
Due to get bombed. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening today. That's not going to happen, Pine Tar Keyboard. I got the utmost confidence in Tim Anderson, Andrew Vaughn, and Jose Abreu. But I don't think these guys are going to come together today against Michael Wacha and get the job done. I'm sorry for being a pessimist, but this is what's been happening. It's been happening all year long, and they haven't broke out of it. We're at May 26th now. When's it going to happen, man? We went to the Royals. We went to the Twins, the Guardians. This Boston team is the average team. They're playing really well right now. Just broke their 6-game winning streak, but they're playing really well. When's it going to happen? This is the average team. Are we going to attack them? Are we going to attack the Cubs? I don't know.
I don't really have a ton of confidence, too, just looking at what the White Sox have done career-wise versus Wacha. Harrison is 2 for 21 lifetime versus awesome. Wacha. Anderson's 1 for 6. Abreu 3 for 9, which is decent, but a 667 OPS. Andrew Vaughn 1 for 3, but again a 667 OPS. Adam Engel's seen him twice. He's 1 for 1 and walked in the other one. So Adam Engel's been pretty decent against Wacha.
Alan Lorenz over there. Seeing him right.
Yeah, our guy Alan Lorenz and Yasmani Grandal are really the only guys that have produced against him. Yoan Moncada has as well, but he's out today. AJ Pollock in 11 at-bats, 5 hits, and an OPS of 1.442 against Michael Wacha. Grandal in 17 at-bats, an 871 OPS.
Can you go back up the Pine Tar keyboard a little earlier, Steven? You said that you mean they're not going to rally around and noted clubhouse leader Dallas Keuchel?
I don't think
sir.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And Alec S. sends Grandal today for his click to pick. He's jumping the gun.
Yeah, you are jumping the gun. Way to go, Alec, because
and it's click to pick, Alec.
We can look at
Get it right.
And I do like Baloney's comment here. Sex bots over Sox bats, because the sex bots they're always here. You really just can't get rid of them. The Sox bats, you can easily extinguish them.
Just throw something out of the zone.
Yeah, exactly. Just throw something out of the zone and they'll hit it. Let's go to our click to picks for tonight. I'm gonna go with, just like my guy Alec, I'm going to go with Yasmani Grandal. No, I'm not. I'm going A.J. Pollock. Isn't that funny?
You got your own graphic, huh?
Hey, man.
I thought I was going with Yasmani.
You could change it.
No.
You want to change
we're going A.J.
Are you okay? I'm going to go with Andrew Vaughn. He's been swinging a nice bat. I think he can get to Michael Wacha for at least 2 hits today. Probably won't be enough, but I think Andrew Vaughn will have a good game today versus Michael Wacha and the Boston Red Sox.
My guy, A.J. Pollock, hasn't seen Michael Wacha since 2019. In those 2 plate appearances, he had a strikeout and a fly ball out to center field. It was a sacrifice that did have an RBI, so we'll see. But he had a lot of good success early on in his career versus Michael Wacha. He started off with a walk-in home run. So we'll see if A.J. Pollock gets right versus Michael Wacha today. But, yeah, we got Baloney saying Pito Dinger tonight. He's been hot. Steve's going with T.A. John's going with Andrew Vaughn. Our guy Matthew Cortese is going with Yuri Garcia. And I think Connor at the bottom just picked Dallas Keuchel.
Look at my guy John going with me, Andrew Vaughn. Let's go.
He picked
Kelly Dransfield. Wow.
I don't know who that is.
He's a former White Sox, very, I think he had a cup of coffee, the cuppest of coffees ever with the White Sox. God,
are you a cup of coffee guy, or are you a Dunkin' Donut guy?
I go with Biggie Bagel, actually.
Ooh, Biggie Bagel's a fun one.
Yeah, he's my guy.
I don't really think that the White Sox are going to bounce back tonight. I do, Michael Wacha isn't a dominant pitcher for any facet, but the White Sox don't walk. They don't strike out. I'm going to go under 3.5 Ks for Wacha. That's at plus 100 on PointsBet. But I do think the White Sox lose today. I think the over-under right now is set at 9. I take the under today. I take the under. I take under Michael Wacha strikeouts, and I think the White Sox lose this one 5-1.
I'm going with a bet, and I told you the bet before the game. I got a free bet from PointsBet. I'm going to go with J.D. Martinez getting 4 hits today. 4 hits. We're just naming like terrible White Sox players, except for my guy.
Michael.
Kelly Wunsch was good. I wouldn't group him in this. Connor Gillespie was terrible. Dallas McPherson. Jesus Christ, what's going on? Abreu.
Miguel Olivo.
It looks like Melissa's going with Abreu for her click to pick. And Connor, big game tying hit in the 9th, April 04 against the Rays. That's with Abreu with a 3-run homer off of Balfour? That was
Ben Davis.
Oh,
I think he's talking about Kelly Dransfield.
Okay.
I think that's 2004, friends.
Okay.
Yeah. I think his
Odo
was 2014.
Hudson. Just name an old black
O-Dog.
So him and then
Royce Clayton.
Oh God, it's so bad. Danny Richard.
Oh, Danny Richard was cool.
No, he wasn't.
Lance Broadway.
Yeah, I remember him.
Damaso Marte.
That was the guy. Him and Chris Getz were out with myself and John Danks and Chris Ranji one night. Those names I'm just dropping. I'm going to pick them up. They were out, and they did something different, Broadway and Chris Getz, while John Danks paid for all the drinks the rest of the night. Went to Cannes, went to Beaumont.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about Danks? Sounds like a dope guy.
That's why every time somebody's like, man, Danks sucks, I was like, pays for drinks, though. He was like, I was like, hey, man, let me get these drinks. He's like, hell no, I got these.
How many natter days would he get you?
Huh?
How many natter days would he get
Back
you?
then, it wasn't natter days. I think it was like I used to do a drink called this is my guy Thomas who created this, the Red Corona or the Blue MFer. So the Red Corona is just a grenadine and a Corona because I didn't really like the taste of beer. See, I like a fruited beer all the time.
There you go.
So that's why I drink the Natter Days, the Line Keuchel Summer Shandy, and my Red Coronas.
And Connor Smith had a Lance Broadway and Jerry Owens shirt from the custom T-shirts store at the Cell. Brutal. That is a horrible, horrible selection there. What's the worst selection for custom jersey before we wrap this up? If you had to pick a player right now, who is the worst jersey you could get? Is it Reese McGuire?
Oh, like it has to be a current player?
Yeah.
No, I would go with a former player.
If you owned a Reese McGuire jersey, I'd ask you what's wrong with
I mean, if I own any jersey, I have problems. But the worst jersey you can get as a White Sox fan is Brendan McCaffrey's guy, Joe Bread and Water, Jose Paniagua. You pitched, I think, a third of an inning and gave up 1,000,000 runs. And then, like, flicked off either the fans or the umpire, and the White Sox, like, released him that night. That was it. He pitched a third of an inning. You go look it up. Joe Paniagua. So Jose Paniagua, Joe Bread and Water.
Dave Barista's going with Davis Mills for his click to pick. He's not on the team, I think. Or is that just are we naming random White Sox now?
Just random White Sox.
If you scroll up real quick, we're going to end it in just a second.
Baloney?
Alec, going with in KC, I saw a Saladino jersey. That's peak right there. A Tyler Saladino jersey is something that's truly peak right there. That's going to do it, though, for the White Sox pregame. The CHGO White Sox pregame show. Yeah, I think Brent Morrell is a good name to end it on. That's Herb Lawrence. He puts grenadine in his Corona. You can follow him on Twitter at Eckerwall23. A 20-year-old Herb did that?
Yeah, 43-year-old doesn't do that anymore.
No, he drinks a shandy and natter days.
I let other people do it for me.
You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Blank Name's asking, why is Reese McGuire being hated on? I'm just saying, if you owned a Reese McGuire jersey, you're throwing away $30. Go get a Tim Anderson jersey. Go get a Jose Abreu jersey. Go get a Lucas Giolito jersey. A Dylan Cease jersey. A Jose Ruiz jersey. A Matt Foster jersey. A Kendall Graveman jersey. Or a Liam Hendricks jersey.
Or you're an adult and don't get a jersey at all. Get a real jersey.
A Joe Kelly jersey. A Leary Garcia jersey.
Get one for your kid.
A Jose Abreu jersey. A Yasmani Grandal jersey. A Tim Anderson jersey. I mean, you could pick any other player besides Reese McGuire. And Blank Name is then going to go get a Reese McGuire jersey.
You better show it to us, Blank Name.
Yeah.
CHGO _White Sox on Twitter. Send it to us there.
Amen. Yes. Eric and Blank Name, if you actually do it, show it to us. If you're going to get a McGuire jersey at CHGO _White Sox. All right. We'll catch you guys on the flip. We'll catch you after the final out is made. I'm going White Sox lose 5-1.
I'm going the White Sox lose like 7-3.
All right. Amen. We'll see you after the game. Go White Sox.